Get ready to get in the game. Stretch, strengthen, live, and thrive. You can be a winning athlete in the game of life. It's the Peel Appeal with author and corrective exercise specialist Matt Peel.
Hey, this is Matt Peel with the Peel Appeal podcast. What is going on with you today? I hope you're having an absolutely fabulous day wherever you are. If you're working out, if you're in the car, if you're just hanging out by yourself, whatever you're doing right now as you're listening, I hope you're having an amazing day, and thank you for letting me be a part of it. So, as you know, Peel Appeal podcast, we only focus on the facts and the science to help you make better decisions for yourself so you can be your best athlete in your game of life right now. It's not about what's trending on social media, what you saw someone do on Instagram or on Facebook, all sorts of crazy shit out there on TikTok, right? That's not what we're going for. We're going for science. We're going for facts so you can be your best without hurting yourself, like some of that insanity that you see out there. So riddle me this. People that go to the gym all the time, and you see them, but nothing ever changes. Have you ever wondered why? What's going on like that? You know, they do the same routine. Maybe it's you, and you're going, oh shit, Matt, stop looking at me. That's what I do. Why does my body not change? Well, we're going to talk about that because there's a reason why you and all your other friends who do the same things all the time, why you look the same. So obviously eat is a big part of that. We're not going to get into that specifically today, but let's talk about some things that you can do and how the body actually works. You know, humans like to stay in ruts with everything that we do. Think about your life right now. What do you do that's always pretty much the same thing every day? Maybe it's eating breakfast. Maybe it's when you go for a walk or run, you go the same direction. Or at the grocery store, we buy the same things to eat, right? Exercise is a big part of that. And look, I am just as guilty as anyone else. Secret, I eat the same damn thing for breakfast every day and I have been for years. So yes, I am Mr. Rut also. I'm not immune to it. But how can we get out of this rut? So let's talk about what actually happens when you're working out to build muscle and the science behind it and how we can now take you from someone who's new to an advanced lifter, wherever you're at, and listen in and where your stages are. So when we actually do resistance training, strength training, and we're lifting resistance, we're technically tearing down the muscle. We're breaking it down. We're putting little tiny tears into the muscle fibers in different directions depending on what exercise we're doing and with what equipment we're using. And that's important. So put that asterisk in your brain as we go through this. So if you're new and you've never lifted weights before, really the first month of lifting weights is actually your nervous system getting used to the movement so you're not all wobbly and jiggly and out of kilter when you're lifting. Okay, so your first month, when you think, oh, I'm finally getting stronger, it's actually your nervous system teaching your body how to control the movement, how to control your arms, how to control your legs, your shoulders, whatever it may be when you're doing a squat, for example, so you don't hurt yourself. And you know then how your body moves, how to just do the movement. You know, I'm going to assume you know how to do it correctly as I state this to you. So that's the first month. And you go into month 2, now you're really truly tearing down muscle to get stronger. And that's when making changes really comes into play. So take this now even to the advanced lifter. It's important to make these changes so that you're tearing muscle differently, right? So let's talk about overuse injuries from doing the same thing and the efficiency of human movement here. So when we do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, we develop what's called overuse injuries. What are some of those overuse injuries called? Tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, various tendinitis, things like that. When your body is doing the same movement over and over again, that's how we develop these injuries. And we break down the same body parts, and then they just really don't recover. And it starts the cumulative injury cycle. And that's because, again, we're we're not changing. So the body really kind of goes, like I'm yawning, right? That's what that was supposed to be. So probably poor excuse of it. But in regards to burning energy and calories, as this specific movement pattern becomes kind of old hat, you burn less calories. You lose less mental capacity, right? Because now it's developed that habit. You're in that rut. So you used to burn more calories while learning how to do this movement, but now that you become efficient at it, your body doesn't have to work as hard. So you think you're burning, all these calories, but you're really not. And the same thing with on the cognitive side. You've learned that. So your body kind of shuts down and says, okay, well that's habit. I ain't got to learn that anymore. So now it's important to develop this and have habits so your body does know how to do a bench press. We don't want to constantly be in the mode of, remember when you learned how to drive at first and how much thought got put into it just to come to a stop? Slightly put my foot on the brake. Slow down. Stop. Don't jerk the car. Look left. Look right. Turn the signal on. Look left. Look right. Get out in traffic. And I know I took a long time on that, but that's what our body is doing when we're first learning this. And when we first learn the movements, that's what you're doing. Now, when you drive, you don't think about it, right? It's an automatic mode. It's a habit. You know what to do. Less energy is being spent in mental capacity. So we want some of that, but we don't want only that. There is a fine line. So doing those things by changing the angle, by changing the weight that you do, by changing the order that you do it in, what happens then is the body tears muscle along different lines. And then as it grows back, and it grows back with more fibers, which is how you're bigger and stronger. Yes, you too, ladies. Then we're less prone to injury because now we're tearing along different lines and we have to recover along those different lines, and it's not constantly overuse. So now your body burns more energy, it gets stronger, it increases in size, you have better coordination, better agility, better cognitive function, because now your body has to learn these different ways to manipulate itself in space, and now you get improved results. You get all the things that you're looking for when you make the changes to your workouts. So how does that work for me? Well, I change my workouts every day. Now I get it. I'm probably on the extreme side because I change my shit all the time. And I do with my clients. And it also helps us stay engaged longer into our workouts because we're doing new stuff. We don't just go into cruise control and sit on the back row machine and do our same 10 reps with the same amount of weight. We get up and move along and nothing changes. We're still however many pounds overweight. We're still not any stronger. We haven't improved ourselves at all. So do something different. I do the same thing for my clients. That's why they pay a fitness professional, because they're bored of doing the same shit over and over again. So what's something else that can give them these new ideas? And it's more fun. Do you get sore? Sure. But you learn a lot more and you get the results you want. So you got to change it safely. You got to change it effectively. And that's where a fitness professional like myself can help teach you these things so you can look and feel the way you want. Because that's why we exercise. We go to the gym so we can look and feel better, fit in the clothes, have more self-confidence, higher self-esteem. That's what exercise is about. Yes, we'll live longer and blah, 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 but we want that kind of immediate gratification, that dopamine effect. And when you change your workouts up, you're able to have this even more than doing the same thing over and over again. So what's the lesson in it? Well, change is inevitable. And the same with your workouts, right? Change it once a month, something about it, whatever it may be. Maybe even you change the order. Maybe you just go from the machine to a dumbbell, or dumbbells to barbells, or you do heavier weight and less reps. Yes, ladies, I'm talking to you out there. You can handle it. Uh, or if you're an older adult, listen to this. You can handle more than 5 pounds. I promise you. All my older adults are lifting more than 5 pounds. We don't stay there. So any little adaptation your body can do is going to be a positive. It doesn't have to be a whole mass scratch out my current workout plan and let me do a whole nother thing. You don't have to do that. Just one change. Make one change, and your body will respond, and you'll enjoy the changes and you'll enjoy the results. So do it. Go out there and make one change this week in your workouts. Something. Pick something. Start something small. Maybe just do a little bit heavier than you did last week. All right. That's going to be enough to start to elicit positive change. Right. And that's what it's all about. So as we wrap up here today, I want to encourage you, go to my website, mattpeel.com, sign up for the newsletter. I send it out every week. It's free. Some workout tips, nutrition, specials on some of the offers that I've used with some of my partners, a little bit of insight, what's going on in my life on a weekly basis, and just get to know me, and hopefully I get to know you in the process. So at the end of the day, I'm happier when you're happier and learning and improving yourself from the information that I give you from me and my guests. So remember to like, listen, and subscribe to the Peel Appeal podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Remember, hashtag Peel Appeal. So this is Matt Peel. Until next time, I will see you later.
Are you ready to get in the game? Get personal help, sign up for our newsletter, and pick up your copy of Athlete in the Game of Life, the book, all at mattpeel.com. Thanks for listening.